Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's Bakubrad96 back with some more Bakugan content. Now this is the Legacy series, and if you've tuned in and been watching my Legacy collection, then you all have an idea of what this video is on. Brawlers, I have been working on a Legacy project in the making, and that of course is being the Mono Haos MAXUS HELIOS, and I'm excited to announce that this video is part 1 of the finale. So this video focusing on the suit, or the combiners, if you will, of MAXUS HELIOS, and then the second part, part 2, which hopefully will be coming very soon, will be the actual assembly, along with the review of Haos HELIOS, and then a homebrew big game rules deck version, new VESTROIA rules for MAXUS HELIOS. The only bending of the rules being, instead of running 2 traps, which I do have the 1 for Helios, I'll instead use an extra piece for the MAXUS HELIOS. This may be a project that ends up on the channel as far as the brawl goes, but I do have to talk with the crew members and figure out all of the details. That being said though, this video is focusing on the suit itself. And I do want to go ahead and get right into that without blabbering too much. So starting off with the Bakugan, you've all already seen from me. This is the Haos, I think this is Leaf Ram. Yeah, this is Haos Leaf Ram. This of course is the battle damaged version, little flabby head there. But the idea was to get the Haos MAXUS HELIOS all in different special treatments. For the suit, I was able to do that, but however, Helios will be matching one of the legs, sadly. Next up is the reverse attribute Spindle. So again, these are 2 Bakugan that I did review in the Legacy Collection update, or the Legacy Collection videos, and if you watch those, then I did touch on this project while I was talking about these 2. So here is the Spindle. I really like the coppery color for the reverse attribute Haos. I think it just looks really nice in my opinion. Moving on to the front legs, right, because those are the back legs. Next up is going to be Clogger, which I really worried about getting these 2 because they look nearly identical if you're not sure what to look for. Really similar, just a few different pieces, but the same design and the same mold. So the thing about Clogger is it does have a little manual front that that Scrapper doesn't. 2 little manual pieces there, and then on the top, as well as I believe what's supposed to be little feet on the bottom. So a lot more manual pieces than Leaf Ram and Spindle. But this is Haos Clogger. Now this is just the standard Haos, so this is going to be the Haos that Helios is. Originally, I did want the Helios to match the Foxbat, which is the Gundalian Invaders recolor. That Helios was delivered. Unfortunately, I do believe that package was stolen. No signs of it. I haven't been able to find it in my mailbox or anything. Nor has my neighbors contacted me, so that unfortunately is a missed opportunity. And just while I'm on that subject, the Pin G plush that I did tease for G3, that package was also missing and or stolen, so I am trying to work through that, but long story short, that is why the Helios will match the Clogger rather than the Foxbat. But I was kind of going for like the middle to match rather than Helios with a foot, but you know, it is what it is. You know, luckily I was refunded. I'm working with the seller and USPS to try to get that resolved. So that, you know, happy ending there, but just as far as matching this project, that is a shame. Next up, though, before I get too off topic and go into my drama, this is Haos Scrapper. So someone in the comments is going to have to correct me, but I have no idea if this is Pearl or Baku Frost. I think the Pearl would have gold accents for Haos, so I think this is Baku Frost, but I could be completely wrong I actually don't know what the difference is between Frost and Pearl. I should have done my research before this video, but you all know me. I hit that button, I record, and I share what I find, what I get. And, you know, I'm not too big into the details because I am doing this for fun. It is just a fun project. It's a way for me to grow the Bakugan community and, you know, make fun content. But yeah, folded out the same back feet as Clogger, which is the trick there. Same manual insides and little top piece here, all fold out exactly like Clogger. The only difference is no manual front. And Clogger does have little spikes on his inside, and of course the manual piece. The top little fold out is a little different, but as you can all see, I mean, if you don't know what you're looking for, and especially on like listings online and whatnot, even the sellers could get these mixed up if they're not like Bakugan savvy, I suppose you could say. I think these were really closely identically made, you know, so it can be tricky, but luckily I got both, so that is Clogger and then Scrapper respectively, and that makes the hind and front legs. Now for the body, of course Helios missing, I will go into Foxbat. This is a really cool version. This is part of the Baku Legacy line that came out in the next series after VESTROIA, Gundalian Invaders, and this is when they got that color treatment, and of course they got the DNA codes that you could use online in the Bakugan web game. Definitely really awesome, really cool recoloring, even has the date stamp there, or the serial code, which is really awesome. But let's go ahead and open this Foxbat up and take a look. Good mini manual parts, so we have the little feet down here, and then 2 pieces per wing, which is really nice. A lot of people keep Foxbat closed because I think that is the canon when they're building MAXUS Helios, but when I want to build it, I'm going to keep the wings open. I think it's really cool. I try to keep all the manual pieces open on the combiner. Even though I've never owned it, I've owned pieces of it, and when I snap it together, I usually try to fold out everything because I think it just looks cool. But moving on though, here is the Foxbat. Oddly enough, Foxbat is notorious for having issues, especially as old as they are. This one doesn't have any issues. It closes great, no tail problems, the springs work, it even opens on roll, which is really nice, gotta say, very, very amazing, and aesthetically pleasing, right? This whole set, everything is pretty functional, a few for a little sticky back legs, or the front, these two have a hard time opening unless you roll them super slow, the leaf ram, the arm's a little sticky, but, you know, other than that, I mean, considering the age, these are all perfect exceptions. 740 G-Power on Foxbat. I totally forgot to go over the G-Power for the others. So Scrapper has 580. Clogger has 580 as well, so both of those are 580 Gs. Leaf Ram is that 5 or 6? I'm so blind. That is a 6, so 600 on Leaf Ram. And then Spindle is 550. So all around the same. Oh geez, they're all over. Okay, well, all around the same G power. Aside from the Foxbat obviously being released in Gundalian Invaders, it's going to be stronger. But then the last piece here, right? So the tail back in where all the hind legs go. This is Haos Fencer, and for Fencer, I went with the translucent version. I could have got a translucent Helios in Haos. But, you know, it was just a little above the price range I was willing to spend, the listings I could find. And I worked with someone in Cube to get the Haos Helios, and they were very kind, really easy to work with. So definitely worked with them instead of eBay. So Fencer has 640 Gs. Really cool Bakugan. It's funny because the trap is metal Fencer. So that's really cool that like Fencer and Fencer as far as Helios goes. One of my favorite Bakugan, I guess when I was a kid growing up, was this Fencer just because of how cool it was, how it folded out. I thought it had a really cool design, and the fact that it combined with other Bakugan was really cool. But that's it for the suit. Obviously we have the middle body, end body, front and back legs. The only other thing in this video is, of course, the cannon trap, because if I'm going for cannon MAXUS HELIOS just Haos, then I might as well get the trap that Spectra used in the show as well, and that, of course, being the metal fencer. We got a little janky leg there. But for the trap, it does have a few manual pieces, so the little legs here, and the tail in the back folds out as well. And there we go. So the trap fencer can actually connect to Helios as well. You can flip this down and put it on this peg, or you can pull out the peg underneath the head and click it into the back of Helios. And this trap also works with Viper Helios as well. I might get a Haos Viper Helios, but they are kind of pricey. They're a little harder to find. So I might hold off on the Viper Helios and just focus on Cyborg Helios. After all, the Cyborg evolution was the one that connected to all of these mechanical Bakugan anyway. So as far as show cannon, I think it's going to be a really awesome collection, and it's going to be a really awesome team, just with a few rule bends for homebrew, but I think it's going to be super strong and a lot of fun. Especially from a project standpoint. But that's going to do it for this video, brawlers. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because only about 18% of you that watch my content are subscribed, and that's saddening. Please, I want to make more content for everybody that everybody can enjoy, so subscribe, check it out. You might find at least something you like, because I do a ton of tabletop games that I know you'll enjoy. And yeah, stay tuned, brawlers. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss part 2, where I assemble the MAXUS Haos Helios, as well as show off the deck built for it. But until next time, brawlers, stay safe, drum up, Bakugan brawl, and throw the bread.